Imagine the greatest moment in the history of the world taking place, and only a few were there to witness it. The innkeeper who was so consumed with the business of the season that he turned away the young mother-to-be. The religious leaders of the day missed the arrival too, even King Herod. They were all so preoccupied with their own agendas and priorities, they failed to realize that God himself had spoken, just as he had from the beginning of time, looking for those who were willing to listen.
When God created man, his work was not yet done. He still longed for us to know the glory of his Son, so he drew closer. He drew closer. The promise that he gave, his covenant to man, even with the angels' words, some could not understand, so he drew closer. He drew closer. From heaven to a manger, the distance disappeared, as God himself drew close enough to whisper in our ear. We didn't know it then, how much we needed him, so he drew closer. He drew closer. The way that Christ was born, the stable where he laid, just his birth alone could not erase our sin and shame, so he drew closer. He drew closer. From heaven to a manger, the distance disappeared, as God himself drew close enough to whisper in our ear. He's waiting even now. Forgiveness can be found when he draws closer. He draws closer.
Of those who came to see the Christ child, many were not who you would have expected. from some shepherds who had heard the news of Jesus' birth from the angels to the Magi who followed the star in the night sky. What did they have in common with a young couple from Nazareth? They were all travelers on a journey. If Mary and Joseph had given up when they were almost to Bethlehem, Christ still would have come. Hope still would have been offered, but Mary and Joseph would have missed out on the place God had designed for them. At Christmas time, we often celebrate the arrival while overlooking the journey. God came all the way from heaven to show us the fullness of his joy. It can only be fully experienced when we see Christ as he is, light of the world, Emmanuel, Counselor, Savior, and the Prince of Peace. In that moment, the journey to Bethlehem is complete.
While there are no answers in sight, just keep on believing.